Hi, my name is Richard Bromwell. I'm here today to talk to you about our fantastic sale coming up on Friday the 18th of March 2016. Now, I know I can talk for England here, and there's such a huge amount of items to show you. So, as usual, we're just going to start off with our ceramics. We have Chinese items, lovely Chinese bowl, lovely Wedgwood, lovely little Wedgwood, well, it's not really little, is he? The big Revilius designed bull here, and he's probably sort of 150 to 250 pounds. We've got ceramics, we've got Staffordshire, we've got quite a lot of Parian as well. There's some Parian figures. That's he's facing the wrong way, but that's Sir Walter Scott there, not looking too happy, but he's probably sort of 200 or 300. Over the back, we've got Princess Beatrice here. Coming up through here, we've got Chinese ceramics, Japanese ceramics, more English items here. Some English Delft as well. That's a lovely, it's one of my favourite pieces of the sale. Lovely little 18th century, large again, 18th century Delft polychrome charger. Probably 200 or 300 pounds on that. We've got ceramics and glass. We've got Art Nouveau, Art Deco. But up here, part of the big selection we've got coming up is the collectors section, and we've got a lot of militaria. We've got the remains. Shame this is actually in smell-o-vision because it's absolutely pongs. They've got a uniform, complete down to his little boots. Looks a bit like a size 5 or a size 6, and that belonged to William Baring Dupré from the family. Coming down here, we've got bayonets, we've got swords, plenty of what we call mantiques. We love mantiques here. Some of the swords here, they were estimated between £50 and about £500. So again, always a good selection of militaria. Down through here, we've got some other collector's items. This is lovely. Always been a great fan of these. A Victorian sailor work ship here. Unusual. We've got the sails here, all nicely rigged up, and it's actually got some cotton wool in behind there to make to give us like a 3D effect on the wind pushing the sails along. Down here, we've got some lovely Chinese. As you can see, those lovely, very delicate early 19th century Chinese drawings. They'll probably do about £1,000 come from a little cottage in the deceased estate here. Again, we've got silver and plate and pictures, loads of clocks, lots of clocks. You've got fusee, mantle, bracket, you name it, we've pretty much got it. We've got postcards. I'm sorry if it's a bit of a whistle-stop tour. There's so much to see and talk about. We've got the Coco de Mer, always a little bit naughty, always a bit of a cheeky shot, that George, isn't it? We've got Mouseman. We've got Mouseman stools, bowls, bookends. There we are. That's a lovely, super, beautiful little carved mouse on there. A pair of bookends like that, probably £200 to £300. Very, very sought after. The stools, probably more like sort of between 100, maybe £150 a stool. So a little bit more common, I suppose. We've got this amazing figural lamp here of a man not quite certain what he's trying to do, but sort of a good carved lamp like that is maybe £100. And we've got more bronzes. We've got Mercury and his mate here, and again, really good, large, decorative pair of bronzes there, and they're probably sort of £400 to £600. So that's the back sale room done. We're going to pop on through to the principal sale room now, and moving on through, we've got a fantastic collection of badges, militaria, and they've all come out of these wonderful cabinets here. The cabinets themselves will probably do 1,000 or two. And we've got some in the region of about 800 or 900 military badges, but I've got some big ones to show you in a minute. And in here again, more clocks. We've got the Smith's electric clock here, which is probably 200 or 300. We've got here an unusual clock. It's actually the station clock from Wiveliston train station in Somerset. And originally it was a GWR, God's Wonderful Railway, but in 1948 changed to British Rail Western. And a clock like that, you're probably looking between about £1,500 and £2,000. So a real good collector's item. But through on again, we've got lots of stamps, thousands of stamps, first day covers, postal history there. Lots of ceramics and more in the cabinets there. Lots of furniture. We've got Dupre's. There's the rest of his uniform there, looking rather splendid. Hat's on around the wrong way, but that's just a decorative look there. But over here, I want to talk to you about some furniture. We've got a wonderful collection of furniture which has come from a house in Park Lane in London, and just over here. This is my favourite piece of furniture in the sale. Late Regency Calamander wood tea table, beautifully inlaid with cut brass, and that hasn't moved a fraction of a millimetre. It's still beautifully flush, and that's just testament to the quality. a Regency tea table like that, probably between £500 and £1,000. Very, very decorative here. We've got this specimen marble top inlaid and carved gilt wood console table. And again, a table like that will do possibly towards £1,000. We've got sets of chairs, you name it, it's pretty much in here. But whilst I'm whiz past again, oh, and who wants a? If you're going to have a waste paper basket, have a lovely one like that. This is possibly going to be one of the world's most expensive waste paper baskets. I could see this doing £100. Certainly, when I have my rubbish, I'll normally just throw it out. But a wonderful, again, just the sort of calibre and the quality of items that have come from this client up in London. But I'm just going to whiz round and pop into the cabinets now and have a bit of a talk. To you there. This is a very, very fine piece here, and a lovely fish tureen, George Jones, made for Minton here. Again, lovely basket weave base. The sea trout is on a bed of ferns, and one like that. The market's cooled down for that a bit, but it's still probably a couple of £1,000. But also a couple of £1,000 is this rather irregular shaped bowl. I mean, it was never designed to be circular, but what is important about this is the maker, and of course, for those of you who know about ceramics, you'll immediately identify as being a Dame Lucy Ree bowl, and come from a local deceased estate. That should do a couple of £1,000, maybe £3,000. But again, someone who is very identifiable again is this wonderful Dame Laura Knight decorated plate here. I don't know if you can see around the side, this is the circus. They're all in the big tent in the middle, and there's all little faces. Can you see those? Absolutely charming. Quite rare to see. And again, just a single plate like that, made of pottery, not produced in large quantities, but something like that is probably £200 or £300 easily. That sort of area. He said, putting that back very carefully. And again, lots of miscellanea, also lots of mantiques. We've got mantiques. How about that? How about that for a pistol? Now, shall I put it in my pocket? No, I'm not going to go with that line. Lovely early 19th century percussion cap over and under brass pistol. Come from a client near Bristol, and that's probably sort of good £400 to £600. We've got daggers and knives, little muff pistols, and this is from the. This badge here is from the collection of military badges, and it's a Victorian one here, a helmet plate badge, and that's probably £200, maybe £400. The entire collection of the badges is estimated between £4,000 and £8,000. Huge interest in that. And also, rather late into the sale, but still into the catalogue, this lovely family group of medals here. So you've got Lieutenant Rainsford Longley across the top and Midshipman Rainsford Longley down the bottom. What we do know is this trio down the bottom. He was on HMS Indefatigable, was at the Battle of Jutland in May and June 1916, so nearly 100 years ago, and he was killed in action there. And at the top here, we've got his grandfather's medals here with the lovely Crimean medal and the French Legion of Honour as well. And that as a family group of medals, you're probably looking between £1,500 and £2,000. But one little last slide I'm going to show you, and I have pretty much saved the best till last. Is this simply stunning Alfa Romeo car here. Now this is a clockwork, this is a toy, and you can see, actually, is it clashing with my tie a little bit? Wonderful detail here. We've got Michelin rubber ties, you've got brakes, we've got that's a little radiator filler cap here. That would have been for oil as well. And on the back here would have been your petrol cap. And that's a real expensive toy new. And the reason why it's expensive new is because it's still expensive today. And that's lot 395 in the sale. And that's estimated between £3,000 and £5,000. So a lot of money for a child's toy. As usual, a little bit of a whistle-stop tour through the sale. I hope you've enjoyed it. So you've got about 850 lots. You can look at all the lovely lots on our website, which is www.charterhouse-auction.com, and you can go there and you can ask for condition reports, you can ask for more images, and I hope you enjoyed the sale, I say, which is coming up on Friday the 18th of March, and thanks very much for watching. We'll see you at the next sale.